Hello and welcome to Lucent's channel. So as a producer, I know that one of the biggest struggles when making beats is number one, making something that's unique enough to stand out from the crowd, and number two, making something that's full enough that doesn't sound incomplete. And it can take up a ton of our time trying to fix these, layering sounds and creating counter melodies, and not many producers know that there's one tool that you can use to pretty much fix all of this. In fact, this is a tool that you can create yourself from scratch. So in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to create this tool. We're gonna be cooking up a beat using it, and if you stick around to the end, you'll get access to a multi-kit with over 300 new sounds and over 20 of these tools to cook up with for free. Or you can just check the link in the description. But let's get into it. Okay, so what exactly are multi-shots or multi-keys? These are single note samples created out of usually two or more sounds that are blended together. And multi-shots can range from simple to very complex, making them especially useful for filling in your beats or your melodies or making anything unique in general. So for example, I have this one multi-shot that I designed. And right off the bat, as you can tell, there's a lot going on in here. There's multiple different notes being played, as you can see from the transients here, but they're all playing on C. So it's all still on a single note. And because of this, when we'd play this like a normal one shot or a preset from a VST, for example, it all sounds cohesive together and you can make some really unique stuff. So now I'm going to show you guys how you can make your own multi-shots like this completely from scratch. Step one is to choose a main sound that you like. This is going to be the body of your multi-shot. So I have this sound from Atmosphere. Sounds like the filters being automated on it. And whenever I'm choosing my main sound, I always like to choose something that's kind of more dominant in the mid range. You don't want too many highs or too many lows in the sound, because when you play those on different notes like we did, then it'll sound too muddy or just too, like just too high. I don't know how to say it. And then step two is to find a sound that blends in together with your first one. So I'm just gonna clone Atmosphere again. And while this is playing, I'm gonna go through all these presets. As I'm doing this, I'm adjusting the levels. Let's pan them a little bit too. I'm gonna try and find a third sound that can blend in with this. All these sounds are pretty similar and they almost sound like keys and pads together, helping them to blend in a lot more. So now we have three sounds playing together on the same note. And this is what it sounds like so far. It's already full, so we don't want to add too much more to overcomplicate it. So now we want to add the sauce to the multi-shot, which is to add those filler notes. That's pretty much the ear candy or the texture that you hear within a multi-shot. So I got this sound from Atmosphere, and I'm going to put it somewhere in these 4 bars here. And then I'm going to clone one of the sounds that we already have, the second one that I added. And I'm going to use that to add some filler notes too. And you might think that it's just so subtle and it won't really make a difference, but you have to remember that this is something that's going to be played in chords. There's going to be multiple notes playing. So all of these small little notes here are going to be amplified with each note that's playing. Okay, so now we have all the sounds and filler notes that we want to add to our multi-shot, but there's still a couple more really important steps that you have to go through in order to make a good multi-shot. The first thing that I suggest doing is, after you're done with these 2 steps, is to experiment with textures that you can add on top of this. Really simple stuff like vinyl or wind or birds chirping outside. I don't know, like just experiment, add whatever you want, but adding a texture can add a really cool effect to your multi-shots and make them sound a lot more unique. And that actually just leads me into the next step, which is just messing around with effect VSTs. So I'm gonna route that to a channel and then go to Delay Eternity. And cut out the lows a bit. And now if we start to listen to this, hold up. It's all flowing together really nicely now. What did I just say? It's all flowing together really nicely now. And now we can go to the master track and then start to add some other effect VSTs that can really sauce this up. Now that we have our multi-shots here, we can start to add our final touch-ups. So within Edison, you can go to that triangle and then you can change the attack. I want to have like this part come in so that it almost kind of sounds like a pad. That'll be one multi-shot that we can try out, like a pad. Let's try like a pluck. Then I kind of want to have a section where it's just the end here. And now we have 3 of our own multi-shots that we can experiment with. And then you could even further edit these and fine tune them to how you want, but that is how you create your own multi-shots from scratch. And now we're going to cook up a quick little beat so that you guys can see in action how crazy these things are. Gonna add in another multi-shot that I made. I'm gonna go to another multi-shot and then put it on stretch mode. Change it to 4 bars on stretch mode. It's pretty much in sync now. Ooh, hold up. I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it. That's what I do a lot. If I have one chord that I want, I like to kind of get picky with the tonality of the chord. So I'll pretty much just stab chords, and then whatever one sounds best, I'll just choose that and then use that one. I forgot to say also that because multi-shots are so complex, when you reverse them, they'll also sound pretty complex too. I got an idea. I got an idea. As you can see, multi-shots are a must-have in your stash in 2025. I think 2 of the producers who really founded this were Keon and Key Major, so shout out to them. And then a lot of other producers like Des Wright and Max Shooter have really started to popularize these and include them in kits. I've been starting to use them in a lot of my kits as well. So as promised, I got something special for y'all. If you guys want a free multi-kit with over 20 new multi-shots and 300 other sounds, all you need to do is click the first link in my description below. This is a preview of the kit here. We have tons of midis, one-shots, multi-shots, perk loops, fucking everything, wahs, drums. All of this is 100% free and is guaranteed to level up your beats and take your creation to a new level. So make sure to go check that out, link in the description. But that's gonna wrap it up for me. If you guys did enjoy this video, I'd appreciate it if you guys subscribed, maybe commented what other videos you guys want to see. You can also follow me on Instagram at ProdLucent. Not gonna tag the TikTok because that shit's gonna be banned by next week, guaranteed. But that's gonna wrap it up for me. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.